Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watchbox, and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, tmosso@thewatchbox.com. It's in the description below. Your purchase and pricing email question line for buying this or any watch you see on any Watchbox platform. Please reach out to me directly. Email tmosso@thewatchbox.com for pricing. Today, we're discussing a 300-piece limited edition, originally retailed in 2006. This is the Richard Mille RM5 Felipe Massa titanium. So 300 pieces. It is titanium that is media blasted. The movement is titanium, the case is titanium, and it's very wearable. The watch is 38.1 millimeters wide by 45.3 millimeters lug-to-lug by 11.7 millimeters thick. And as you can see, there is a slope to the case. So this lovely tonneau, based on the RM5 model, wears beautifully on the wrist. Now, the RM5 launched in 2004 as Richard Mille's first automatic watch, and this is an evolved version of that dedicated to then Sauber F1 driver Felipe Massa. You can see, though, the watch looks sheer and tall. It's actually pretty flat. It will fit underneath most cuffs. It's so short lug to lug that a man or a woman could wear this watch. Again, my wrist 16 centimeters circumference. I see no reason why it wouldn't wear on a wrist 13 centimeters circumference. The strap is an integrated piece. It is held on using screws, and you can see it's quite conformed to the case. It splays out. The taper matches the flare of the case, and the thickness matches the flare of the case in profile. You can see the profile of the case is open, architectural, evacuated, and so is the flank of the strap. It is a matte finish strap, quite thick, vulcanized rubber. You can see this is an RM strap in brand new condition. We have here a matching titanium pin buckle. You can see it is held onto the strap by spline screws, the same screws famously used in the assembly of Mille cases, and it is a satin and media blasted pin buckle. Taking a look at the case, you can see the case here is all media blasted. So it's a media blasted matte industrial finish. We have a rubber shoulder around the crown. We also have a dial blazoned with both a lot of grade 5 titanium and Brazilian colors to remind you that Felipe Massa is from Brazil. You can see that the watch includes one sapphire over the dial and then another sapphire over the movement, on which a lot of the printed features of the dial are mounted. There is a composite chapter ring outboard that is used as the mounting point for the loomed indices. So you can see as I take the light down that the watch is quite well loomed. I may as well wind it up and get it running. You can see that it says RM5 Felipe Massa underneath the seconds hand over at 9 o'clock, and hopefully the seconds hand shortly will be moving out of your way. The timepiece also includes a little date window down at 7 o'clock. It actually takes the place of the 7 o'clock numeral. A highly technical inspired font is used. This is a typeface that was created specifically for RM dials, and the watch has both hacking seconds, assuming you have the nails for it, hacking seconds, and just make sure we're not in the date change danger zone there. Yep, we were. It also has a quick set date, so if you wish to rapidly set the date, you can do so simply by turning the crown. You'll also note that the date disc is skeletonized and it orbits the dial. So there's a lot of eye candy to enjoy here. If you want a watch that brings the machine from the inside out, this is going to be that watch. Now, the dial base is blackened to a grayscale set of colors and tones, and that matches the case beautifully. The movement itself is made by Vaucher, custom for Richard Mille, which is to say that if you take a look, you can see that it is based on a Vaucher twin barrel caliber, but it's all in grade 5 titanium, and a lot is different, starting with the rotor. You can see the rotor is skeletonized, and it has two wings that can move in or out. They can move in or out as your RM watchmaker adjusts them to change the winding efficiency of the watch. If you're really active, to preserve the winding system, you might want to reduce the inertia, reduce the polar moment or turning force. Now, if you're very sedentary like me, you might want to increase the polar moment or turning force. Your RM watchmaker can make that change. Twin barrels, 55 hours of power reserve. The movement is adjusted in 5 positions, which is the same as a chronometer. It pivots on 32 joules, and it has 1, 2, 3, 4 shock absorbers. So the mounting point to the case in each instance features a little rubber bumper between movement and case, which helps to cushion the movement against shock. You can also see that the watch uses a free sprung balance. The balance beats weight 8 beats per second, and it's free sprung, so all adjustments are done using little bolts on the balance to change its polar moment and its speed of oscillation. So this is a very stable and sports-oriented timing system in that timing of the watch cannot be permanently changed by a shock or concussion on the wrist. You can see the little Vaucher star on the base plate reminding you where this movement came from. And then you can see that RM uses clear sapphires rather than red synthetic rubies, because red synthetic rubies would look out of place on a watch this self-consciously mechanical and machine age. As you can also see, these early RMs were more water resistant, 100 meters, making this watch suitable for swimming. Today, they're mostly 30 to 50 meters. Reach out to Team Mosso at thewatchbox.com for purchase and pricing details.